I think Danya Tamor ended her speech with an artistic risk yields rewards. So even though you might not think that your artistry is paying off right now, it will yield rewards eventually. So that was such a powerful message. I absolutely loved her speech. Want to listen to this episode ad free? Head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Ivory Tower Boiler Room, and get a free trial for the ITBR professor level. And you can actually watch this episode as a video episode as well. While you're at it, did you know that on Spotify, we now have a subscription service for $10 a month? You get access to all of our ad free episodes plus any bonus episodes. So make sure that you rate, review, and follow the Ivory Tower Boiler Room. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Ivory Tower Boiler Room. And follow Mary DePippi's show, True Crime and Academia, at True Crime and Academia. Thank you all for your support. And without further ado, here's today's episode.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Baker's, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Baker's worth it every time. Baker's, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Sorry for the interruption, but this is Dr. Andrew Rimby, and I have to talk to you all about the Ivory Tower Boiler Room. Yes, you might be saying, but wait, aren't I listening to the Ivory Tower Boiler Room? You are. You're listening to the podcast. But when I'm not here in the podcast space, I'm actually consulting. So I have small businesses that I help consult with their social media marketing plan. I help fellow podcasters or those who are looking to go into podcasting. And I've also just met with a client, and I can't wait for her podcast to come out. So I've also helped those in the college admission process with their essay editing. I helped someone on her thesis and actually edited and helped consult her all the way through her thesis. I'll help you with your dissertation since I just got done my dissertation last summer. So you can reach out to me at ivorytowerboilerroom@gmail.com. Yes, I monitor my email every day. My first hour consultation is done virtually usually, and it's $30 for the first hour, and then we'll figure out what plan will work for you. So again, you can reach out to me via email, or you can also look me up on Google, Ivory Tower Boiler Room. You'll see my cell phone number there. Please do feel free to call me or DM me on Ivory Tower Boiler Room's Instagram. So I've just paused the Tony Awards. Welcome to a special ITBR Tony Awards Reacts episode. Okay, I have to start with how the Tony Awards is being filmed. Did anyone else watching the Tony Awards? It feels like, and this isn't a negative, but it feels like I'm being thrown into an immersive VR film. Like you're following the performers. It almost feels like I'm at a rock concert. When Taraji P. Henson was performing, I literally thought she was right in front of me. It's like I have 3D glasses without having 3D glasses. If you notice, when you're watching the performances, you're not really seeing the full stage. So I'm not sure if I think it's on purpose. I know Ariana DeBose said they were going to try to really make it feel like you, the viewer, are there in the seats. I mean, I think it's interesting they're mixing this up. Okay, I love Ariana DeBose. I'm sorry though, I did not know what the lyrics were. There's something happening with the sound in the theater. I can hear the instrumentation really loud. Like the orchestrations are loud, but the voices are not that loud, except Hell's Kitchen, their voices were pretty good with the orchestra. So maybe they had to like figure out something that the orchestra was overpowering the voices, which could be. But I love Ariana DeBose. I think she's well, first of all, her dress was stunning. Um, again, I love an opening Tony Awards number. I wish they had included nominees from the musicals. I think that was a lost opportunity. It felt almost like a Hollywood La La Land number. Like I didn't really know what was going on in the opening number. Not sure if anyone else felt that way. I love Ariana DeBose. I think that she was underutilized. I hope that she has another number because if that's what we're getting with her talent, she's been underused. Um, so Taraji P. Henson introduced first. I love that her first musical was The Wiz. I love The Wiz. I still haven't seen it on Broadway. I think it's closing soon, but then it's going to Philly, and my parents live near Philly, so maybe I'll see it on tour. Love Deborah Cox. I think she's going to be incredible as Glinda. But Jeremy Irons won for Enemy of the People. Um, I really loved his adamant message about the message of Enemy of the People speaking to like needing to heal the division in the country. And then we got to see Hell's Kitchen. Oh, and I think we're already back again. So yeah, Alicia Keys came out with Jay-Z and up we're back with Ariana DeBose. Here we go. Okay, so I just came back from seeing the Who's Tommy performance. Okay, wow. That was a musical that I really didn't think I would love seeing performed. This is where the Tony Award shines because these musicals have an opportunity to really promote themselves, really show the American or any audience watching really the talent of their stars. And Pinball Wizard, what a unique design. And I just loved the choreography. I think I would see the Who's Tommy now. So great job to that cast, creative team. That was really well done. Again, whoever the cinematographer is of the Tony Awards, I know you want to really try to get us into the action, but that camera action is really distracting. Like one time we're focusing on the main actor or actress. The next time we're on the side, then we're in the back. Like I don't know where we're focusing when these performances are happening. So can we please sometimes just stick to one focal point on the stage? I would appreciate it. But maybe you all out there really love this immersive experience. So if you really loved it, let me know. DM Ivory Tower Boiler Room. I'd be interested. Um, Okay, so Will Brill won for Stereophonic, Best Actor in a Play. I haven't seen Stereophonic. I don't really know a lot about it, but my parents, who I'm with right now, they said that Kelly Ripa had Stereophonic on. So um, I don't know. I need to do more research about Stereophonic. Again, I didn't really know a lot of the plays this season. I know a lot more about the musicals. Um, Oh, back to Hell's Kitchen. So I really love Shoshana Bean, who did an excellent job in that Tony Award performance. Um, I really feel like we can't talk about Hell's Kitchen I know, which is based on Alicia Keys's New York City life growing up there. But is anyone else getting In the Heights comparisons? I just maybe because it's such a specific New York City design of a musical, but I'm really thinking a lot about In the Heights when I saw the Hell's Kitchen performance. Um, I mean, you could bring up Rent, right? Another iconic New York City musical or show based in Manhattan is Rent. Again, I'm not trying to compare, but I do feel like that choreography I saw in Hell's Kitchen, it reminded me a lot about La Vie Boheme or the opening number of In the Heights, when Lin-Manuel Miranda made his appearance to the New York City stage and audience. Remember, that's really how we got to learn about Lin-Manuel Miranda is because he created In the Heights. Um, okay, so they're about to get ready for Merrily We Roll Along, which Daniel Radcliffe is in. So I'm excited to see where this next part of the Tony Awards is going. I have to agree with Ariana DeBose. It definitely is moving at a fast pace. So good job to who put on the Tony Awards. They are really moving it along. So I like how the performances are really guiding um the nominations and the winners. It's all really working like a well-oiled machine. Okay, I think we're coming back soon. Up here's a late show with Stephen Colbert. I love Stephen Colbert, by the way. Um, he lives in Montclair. I have like a deep fond affection now for Stephen Colbert since I'll be teaching at Montclair University. So maybe I'll meet Stephen Colbert at one of the Montclair places. Definitely, I'll let you all know if that happens. Let's see what else has been happening in the Tony Awards that I want to talk about. Oh, it's a who's who tonight, right? We got Sarah Paulson, Cynthia Revo, Jennifer Hudson's in the audience, Angelina Jolie. Um, Let me think. Oh, Taraji P. Henson presented, Jesse Tyler Ferguson presented. But yeah, it's really a Rolodex of who's who on the New York City stage and screen, but also just the blending now of infamous TV and film personalities who are now on the New York City stage. So I really feel like TV, film, and Broadway have merged. Like they all are working the same gigs and it's all integrated. Oh, okay, we're back again. Okay, Merrily We Roll Along's performance was incredible. Um, I'm not surprised. Daniel Radcliffe, um, Lindsay Mendez, Jonathan Groff, they're incredible triple threats. Um, I've been really meaning and really wanted to go see Merrily We Roll Along. The tickets are pricey, to say the least. But and I'm actually trying to think if Merrily We Roll Along. Yeah, okay. So Merrily We Roll Along is still going. Um, but Kara Young, she won for featured actress in a play from Pearly Victorious. I absolutely loved her speech. I thought it was just passionate about artistic vision, the creative process. I have to say, the Tony Awards is really hitting its momentum right now. There's this plea for the arts happening in not every, just every speech, but even every performance. Just the need to understand why it's so important that we preserve and we fund the arts, especially in New York City when I just was at the New York Public Library and I can't believe that Mayor Adams is trying to eliminate I think it's 58 million from the New York Public Library. That cannot happen. We need the arts to be funded. So if anything, the Tony Awards really demonstrates the importance for live theater. Okay, now I actually am enjoying the camera work. I think for Merrily We Roll Along with three people, it really did work to have different vantage points. So the jury's out whether I like this immersive experience or not. I was enjoying it though in the Old Friends song. I just love Stephen Sondheim's music. I think the harmonies, the way that the rounds happen of just overlapping the lyrics together, it really works. Merrily We Roll Along has an incredible overture too. If you've never heard it, please listen to it. I know that their the album is out, so please listen to it. And I'm excited to see where we go next with the Tony Awards. And we are back again. Wow, Water for Elephants performance was really exciting. I remember I started to read Water for Elephants, but there was some reason I couldn't get into that narrative and then I never saw the movie. But I actually have to say, with all that acrobatic talent that we just saw, incredible. I can't believe um just the way that that whole ensemble worked together. It kind of reminded me of the Pippin musical revival. I don't know if anyone saw the Pippin revival, but they incorporated acrobatics into it. So maybe I would see Water for Elephants. That was really effing entertaining. Um, and how exciting that Danya Tamor, the niece of Julie Taymor, which you probably all know, Julie Taymor from The Lion King. She directed The Lion King and was in charge of all that puppetry on Broadway. I mean, the opening of The Lion King, still one of the best openings ever, with Circle of Life, the animal puppetry entering from the audience. So congratulations, Danya Tamor. How exciting to see all of those female directors. I think it was only one male director and the rest were female directors, including Maria Friedman, who is known for that being the narrator in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I didn't know Maria Friedman was the director for Merrily We Roll Along. That's really exciting. So I just love, I think Danya Tamor ended her speech with, I'm gonna forget it now, but that the art an artistic risk yields rewards. So even though you might not think that your artistry is paying off right now, it will yield rewards eventually. So that was such a powerful message. I absolutely loved her speech. You've all heard me gush about Mandy Made It. Mandy Made It is a craft business, and it's actually owned by my friend Mandy Bengal, who I have known, married to Pippi has known. We all actually became best friends in Main Stage Center for the Arts summer theater camp. So I'm so proud of Mandy. First, she has an arts festival coming up on April 28th. It's called the Gloucester Township Arts Market and Green Fair. There are going to be art vendors, craft vendors, including Mandy, food trucks. It sounds so much fun. I actually am thinking maybe I'm going to attend. So it's in South Jersey and it's April 28th, a Sunday from 10 to 3 p.m. So go over to at Mandy Made It to find out more information about how you can attend the festival. And please, if you see Mandy, say, oh, I listened to the Ivory Tower Boiler Room, and that's how I know about your crochet company. So she makes so many wonderful items, especially because we're in the spring into summer. I know that she makes beautiful spring flowers that she crochets. She's made wonderful Pokemon inspired items. I know that my boyfriend, he's loves Pokemon Go, so this is a great item for him. I actually got my boyfriend a Mandy Made It Scream ghost face bouquet for Valentine's Day. He loved it. She makes wonderful Disney inspired items. She made me a Hocus Pocus bed and breakfast item, Snow White and the Evil Queen's poisoned apple item. I know she's made Married to Pippi so many true crime items. We're in talks right now to have her make some Ivory Tower Boiler Room crochet items. Make sure that you reach out to Mandy Made It. Let her know that you heard this ad on the Ivory Tower Boiler Room. She loves knowing that you're listening to her ad on the podcast. And also, she'll give you an exclusive item at Mandy Made It on Instagram and Facebook. I really wanted to introduce you all to one of our sponsors, Broadview Press, who's been here since the beginning of the Ivory Tower Boiler Room. Broadview Press is an independent academic publisher who specializes in your humanities-related books. You can use the code Ivory Tower for 20% off on broadviewpress.com. So Sid's new book with Broadview Press is called AI in Writing. And as I'm on Broadview Press's website, I see that it's actually so popular that it's out of stock. But don't worry, it's going to be back in stock on June 21st. So make sure you get your orders in right now and get 20% off. So if you have questions about generative artificial intelligence, how to use it as a writing tool, whether you're an educator or you're a creative writer, he addresses all of the ethical, social, and material questions you have about using AI for writing purposes. And there's actually a free 37-page PDF on the AI and writing page on Broadview Press that talks all about the topic of AI in higher education. I highly recommend it. And while I'm recommending his book, I'd also love to recommend a new book published in April in 2024 called Academic Writing Now, a brief guide for busy students, written by David Starkey. And it is a reader and rhetoric combo. It's available as an ebook for under $30, and it includes readings on contemporary issues students care about, like AI, climate change, and campus life. I can't wait for you all to enjoy your Broadview Press books. And if you're a classic novel reader like myself, Dracula, Jane Eyre, you name it, Broadview Press has you covered with classic novels as well. Remember, 20% off. Use the code Ivory Tower, broadviewpress.com. You've heard me gush over my friend Christian Garcia's podcast called That Old Gay Classic Cinema. Yes, Christian Garcia, who hosts the Smash Rewatch podcast series with me. Remember Smash, where they're putting on a Marilyn Monroe Broadway musical called Bombshell? Well, make sure you listen to our podcast series. His podcast is called That Old Gay Classic Cinema, and it is definitely meant for all of those Turner Classic Movie lovers. So he looks at classic films with a queer lens. So think of him as a queer cinema professor of sorts. He actually had on co-owner of the Soapbox NY, Janine Cucci, to talk about Sunset Boulevard, which the three of us are just obsessed with Sunset Boulevard, and we can't wait for Nicole Scherzinger to be in the revival of Sunset Boulevard on Broadway. He also has episodes about Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Strangers on a Train. Now that definitely is a queer homoerotic film. The Philadelphia Story, Meet Me in St. Louis, Beauty and the Beast, Sweet Charity, Psycho, Mary Poppins, Hello Dolly, The Wizard of Oz, Vertigo, which I actually was on, and 101 Dalmatians, and the list can go on and on and on. So make sure that you listen to That Old Gay Classic Cinema wherever you get podcasts, like Spotify or Apple. Follow Christian on Instagram at That Old Gay Classic Cinema, and he also has a TikTok. And please make sure that you reach out to him and let him know that you heard this ad on the Ivory Tower Boiler Room. Happy podcast listening. I also, again, never saw Stereophonics, so there's not much I can say about, well, congratulations to Daniel Aukin for winning best director of a play. But again, I don't know a lot about Stereophonics, so I can't really comment. Um, I'm really excited for The Great Gatsby to perform. If you don't know, I'm taking a group to see The Great Gatsby in October. So now's a good time for me to promote for all of you out there. If you want to see The Great Gatsby, definitely go to ivorytowerboilerroom.com, and you'll go to events and you'll see a survey to RSVP, so I can then get a group of us together in October. We also are going to have a book club in October reading The Great Gatsby, so I cannot wait for that experience. I'm going to take a little break right now. Not on the podcast, but to those watching on TikTok. Again, I went live on TikTok, so I'm going to try to do more of these events where I go live on TikTok and then react in real time and release it on the ITBR podcast. Okay, so until the next commercial break with my reactions. Oh, wait. And Nicole Scherzinger is in the audience. I cannot wait for her to be in Sunset Boulevard. And you better believe I'm taking a group to see her on Broadway. Okay, so that was incredibly moving. Illinois, I really don't know a lot about that musical. I thought Julianne Hough presented it so well. I could just really feel the emotional depths of those dancers and the pain of loss and grief and trying to come back together after friction or breaking down with a friend or lover. Like, I don't really know exactly what the narrative is there, but it definitely seems as if friends had fallen apart and were trying to repair their relationship. Um, so yeah, that was incredibly moving. Oh my gosh, how about um Keisha Lewis winning for best featured actress in a musical. So she won for Hell's Kitchen. I mean, her voice is so powerful. I want to say Keisha Lewis was in Once on This Island, I think. She did shout out LaShans, who was Moon in Once on This Island. So I need to fact check that. But I'm pretty sure she was in the original Broadway musical, the original Broadway production of Once on This Island. She's had, as she said, it over 40-year career. That's incredible. Um, okay, yes. So Keisha Lewis was Asaka in Once on This Island. Or not Asaka, sorry, Asaka, who sings Mama Will Provide. So if you don't know Keisha Lewis, you got to look her up. You have to listen to the song Mama Will Provide. It's so good from Once on This Island. Um, I'm trying to think who else won? Okay. I'll try to remember what else happened in that segment. But yeah, I feel like the Tonys are really just highlighting the range of this year's nominees. I feel like there's actually such a wide range of genres, musical genres, not too much of jukebox musicals, like not too much of revivals. Like we really are getting a lot of new original concept musicals. I just wish the original musicals would stay longer on Broadway. Um, but that's a whole other conversation, which is why so many of these Broadway musicals just aren't um lasting like more than 8 months. I really think it's the price of Broadway. I think it's a lot of different factors, but okay, we're back. So here is the next segment of the Tony Awards. Okay, so what is going on with Eddie Redmayne's green hat, clown hat in the Kit Kat Club? My mom, we're watching the performance of Cabaret, and we were so lucky because we saw Alan Cumming in Cabaret. So I really feel like I can't see the new revival of Cabaret because Alan Cumming is just, he'll always be the MC for me. Um, but that green clown hat, I don't know. Everyone who's seen the new version of Cabaret said they absolutely loved it. I listened to Michelle Collins, a comedian, her podcast and Patreon, and I remember when she saw it, she said it absolutely immerses you in that world of the Kit Kat Club. So maybe you really have to be there in the like rounds theater to understand the interpretation. But yeah, I Eddie Redmayne is just the directorial choice of his interpretation of the MC is so zany and eccentric. Yeah, maybe that is how the MC would have been in real life. I don't know, but not for me. But I hope anyone who sees Cabaret, please let me know what you thought of it. I really am just so excited and happy that a female composer won for best score. Congratulations to, I want to say it's Shana Taub. Um, I might have mispronounced her name, but she wrote Suffs. So it's very rare for a woman to win best score. I actually remember when I interviewed Jesse Green, who he's the theater critic for the New York Times. Um, he wrote a whole book and bio about Mary Rogers, who wrote Once Upon a Mattress. And she was the daughter of Richard Rogers, who was part of Rogers and Hammerstein. So, you know them from Oklahoma, Sound of Music, South Pacific, Carousel. And it is just so exciting to hear Shanna's message that yes, more women like need to enter, not just need to enter, but should feel encouraged, right? It's not about needing to enter a space. It's feeling that you're allowed into a space, that you're going to be mentored in a space, right? It's Pride Month right now. I think about how many LGBTQ creators. And I was just at the Lambda Literary Awards in New York City, which honors LGBTQ writers. That you just need to feel seen, that there's a space for you, that you are going to be mentored, that you're going to have your work validated. And I really feel she drove home that message in her speech. So congratulations to her. And I've heard Stuffs is just has a really liberating and empowering message. Yeah, so let's see what happens in the rest of the Tony Awards. I still am waiting for the Great Gatsby performance and The Outsiders. I don't know when that's happening. Hopefully soon. And I hope you all are enjoying watching the Tony Awards. Okay, so here we go. Okay, I just want to correct the record. By accident, before I'd said Jeremy Irons had won for Enemy of the People. It was actually Jeremy Strong. Wow, that Cheetah Rivera tribute was so well done. Bravo to Ariana DeBose for performing America. I really loved Ariana DeBose in West Side Story. I don't know who else saw the new West Side Story, but I actually just thought the production value, it was incredibly well done. Um, I might actually like it better than the original movie version. Um, so yeah, that was, I thought, a really powerful tribute. We got Brian Stokes Mitchell, BB Newworth, Audra McDonald speaking, and I liked how they focused on every musical that Cheetah Rivera originated in, and they did a little excerpt from it. Um, and I really just think that the Tonys are one of the best that I've seen in a while. This is probably one of the best years. Production value is incredible. I'm getting used to the way they're filming it now. I really like how the presenters um are being introduced. I feel like it's all just becoming much more of a free flowing experience. I like that we get to see um the scenery being moved. I like that the curtain doesn't fall down. I do think it's creating more of an openness to understanding the behind the scenes of the theater industry. I'm really eager to see the performance from Suffs. And I think um that's going to be good. We still have The Outsiders, we still have The Great Gatsby. I think that's it for best musical performances. I feel like it's gonna go to like 10:45. It might go to 11 even. I think we have another hour of the Tony Awards. So yeah, let's see who wins best revival of a musical. Um, best revival of a play was Appropriate. Um, and I don't know if you all noticed, but I think he's the director of it. He shaded Henrik Ibsen and Enemy of the People in a way because he said, we don't need any more, or I don't think he said we don't need any, but he said we've had enough Henrik Ibsen nominations because, Ibsen's plays are revived all the time. uh Doll's House, Enemy of the People, Hedda Gabler. Maybe not Hedda Gabler as much. I love Hedda Gabler actually. That's one of the most powerful Ibsen plays. Um So yeah, um as we're watching the Tony Awards, there's like politically divisive campaign ads happening right now. So I feel like now more than ever, we need to be coming together as a country just because um it's it's just wild how disunited the United States are, in my opinion. So hopefully, I do feel like Broadway always shows the love, the power of the arts, the humanity, the empathy. Like, we need more of these values in our everyday society. So, long live the Tony Awards. Like, please, let's continue to fund Broadway and community theaters. Please support your community theaters. Okay, we're back to the Tony Awards. So here we go. Wow, so powerful to hear that number from Suffs and to have Hillary Clinton introduce that number. Shayna Taub, I think I said Shauna before, but Shayna Taub wrote such an evocative and powerful score. The message is just extremely relevant, extremely pertinent, to make sure that we have a country where women or anyone who's marginalized knows that they can enter into public service, into the political space, that they'll be welcome. So, yeah, Suffs definitely is a musical I'm interested in seeing about the suffragettes. And it really just the harmony that all of the women engaged in was so strong and powerful. I really loved um, the way that their voices were blending together. So yeah, I can't wait to look more into stuffs. I definitely want to hear more of the songs. And congratulations to Stereophonic for winning Best Play. Um, Stereophonic really has swept the Tony Awards. I mean, they are um basically, I would say maybe the winner of the evening. I don't know. We'll see because best musical or a lot of the musical categories still have yet to be called. Again, Shayna Taub won for Suffs for best score. Um but we still don't know best lead actor and actress in a musical. I'm curious who that's going to be. Um oh, my prediction is saying that for best musical, oh, I feel like it's going to be a toss up. I feel like um it definitely I see where it could go maybe to The Outsiders. Um maybe it could go to Hell's Kitchen. I don't think it's going to go to it could go to The Great Gatsby actually. It might go to Suffs. Um but I don't think it's going yeah, I don't think Hell's Kitchen actually is going to win. Just because there is so much original content and to have a score that is more of that jukebox musical where it's all being taken from Alicia Keys' songs. I don't think that that's going to win for the Tonys this year. Not saying Hell's Kitchen isn't well done, but I think a more originally conceived musical is going to win. Are you looking for a new magazine to read where you can get so many book, film, and TV recommendations? Well, then you need to check out the Gay and Lesbian Review. The G and LR is a bi-monthly magazine of history, culture, and politics that publishes essays in a wide range of disciplines, as well as a slew of reviews of books, plays, and movies, and a number of special features. Each issue brings you consistently intelligent, lively, thought-provoking articles focused on a unifying theme. So, for example, their new issue for May and June is called The Celluloid Fishbowl. And it's a nod to Vito Russo's 1981 book called The Celluloid Closet, which documented the flashes of LGBT content in movies before Stonewall when such content was strictly forbidden. So there's so many exciting articles in the May and June issue, including one by Andrew White called Queer Ghosts on Oscar Night that covers so many different LGBTQ films, both when the characters come out of the closet and what happens when characters are already openly queer and they don't need to come out of the closet, like we're seeing with so much of TV and film and literature right now. There's also an article by Andrew Holleran, the acclaimed writer of Dancer from the Dance, who actually reviews All of Us Strangers, which I can't wait to watch and has been much talked about. So please make sure that you use the Ivory Tower Boiler Room code ITBR50 when you go on glreview.org. You'll see on the right side it says subscribe. You can either subscribe for their digital edition, or if you're like me, I like to still get the magazine delivered as a print magazine. There's nothing just like having a print magazine in front of you. So use ITBR50 to get 50% off of your G and LR subscription. Yes, that's 50% off. So enjoy your reading. And please, if you are subscribing to the Gay and Lesbian Review, and if there's an article you really enjoyed, or a review you really liked, or a guest that you really want me to interview from the Gay and Lesbian Review, make sure that you DM me at Ivory Tower Boiler Room. Happy reading, everyone. And thank you to the Gay and Lesbian Review for their sponsorship. Spring has sprung here on Long Island, and I'm excited to talk about the Soapbox NY, a bath and body boutique located in historic Port Jefferson Village. My good friend Janine Cucci co-owns the Soapbox NY. Not only has she been on the Ivory Tower Boiler Room podcast, but she's also been on my good friend Christian Garcia's podcast. So she gave me a special spring scent from her blending bar. You might ask, Andrew, what is the blending bar? Well, it's what makes the Soapbox NY so unique, in my opinion. They have over 200 essential oils that can be made into shower gel, bubble baths, shampoo, body lotion, an essential oil roller, or even perfume. So, the first scent that I want to highlight is called Peony Blush Suede, an exquisite floral with delicate rose and honey accents and a subtle green freshness. The second is Mimosa and Tonka with notes of sweet golden mimosa mixed with creamy Tonka bean. And the third is Spring Musk, green and fresh with notes of bergamot, orange blossom, and neroli, a clean and fresh musk. So head over to soapboxny.com to place your order. Make sure you follow the Soapbox NY on Instagram, where you also could DM Janine with any questions. And make sure you tell her that Andrew from Ivory Tower Boiler Room sent you. Um, I really hope. Um, well, I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait to give my predictions for the best musical, especially who I'd like the winner to be. Okay, we're back. I absolutely need to see The Outsiders now. Okay. I was in The Outsiders in middle school as Pony Boy in my middle school play. The Rumble scene, I'm so glad they showed it. A little brief excerpt of it for the Tony Awards. What an incredibly innovative way to show a fight, the rain sequence, how they're all getting soaked, and just that like rawness of emotion that we were seeing. I love the music. I like how they introduced the greasers and the socias. It makes me want to reread the novel because I haven't read it since I was in middle school, and for the mostly um to gain more knowledge for playing Ponyboy. I was just like really immersed in watching the original movie, and it's just been so long since I've been connected to that material. Um, so glad that Angelina Jolie is producing the musical. I think that that's where uh oh, now we're seeing the Wicked trailer. Okay, I can't wait for the Wicked trailer. No, I'm not the trailer. I can't wait for the Wicked movie to come out. Um, Thanksgiving, and I definitely am going to get a group to see it in Manhattan. So if you want to go see Wicked in New York City, let me know because I'm definitely going to get a group of us to see the movie. So yeah, I think that um The Outsiders seems like a really innovative musical. I'm glad to see that there's risks like that happening. It's so important that Angelina Jolie, with her Hollywood backing, is producing. So that's where someone with star power from Hollywood, please continue to back originally conceived musicals. I think that's where they need those Hollywood industry people to really take chances on Broadway. So I love seeing Angelina Jolie do that. I think that that's incredible. I hope more Hollywood celebrities continue to help fund Broadway and fund new works on Broadway. Yeah, so let's see. I think next should be the Great Gatsby performance. I mean, um, it has to be coming up soon, I would assume. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little break and then jump back and watch the Tonys. That was so moving with Nicole Scherzinger singing What I Did for Love from a chorus line. So many, just so many greats that we lost this year. I mean, Cheetah Rivera, um, Hinton Battle, um, I mean, Glenda Jackson, the list goes on and on. But I really just appreciated that segment. I thought that Nicole Scherzinger just really um, was the right choice to sing the In Memoriam song. Her performance, she's just so captivating as a singer, as a performer, as an actress. I think she definitely is the right choice for Norma Desmond in Sunset Boulevard. I can't wait to see her on Broadway. Um, okay, so let's see. We got our best revival. Oh, best leading actress of a play, Sarah Paulson. I really love Sarah Paulson. I think that she's extremely talented from her wide range in American Horror Story. I mean, who doesn't love Sarah Paulson's acting in American Horror Story? She can just go from one like character arc to another in the blink of an eye. Nurse Ratched, was obsessed with her acting choices in Nurse Ratched. She's in 12 Years a Slave. Um, she's in Carol. I mean, Sarah Paulson is everywhere. I haven't seen her on the stage though, so I don't know what her performance is like on stage. I'm sure it's extremely captivating. She's just a really actor's actor. Like when you think of an actor's actor, she is that to a T. She just really understands the art of acting. Okay, I think we're back with the Tony Awards. So, oh no, not yet. I saw an image of the Tony Awards, so I thought we were back again. Um, yeah, so we still have the Great Gatsby performance. Waiting for that. I guess that's going to be our last performance. And then we get best musical. Um, Oh, and best revival of a musical went to Merrily We Roll Along. Um, I was so happy to see that the producer Sonia Friedman passed the mic to her sister, the director, Maria Friedman. How many times has that happened where the producer's actually related to the director? Maybe never. That might be the first time where the producer's actually related to the director. So I thought that was really heartwarming. And what a powerhouse of women leading Merrily We Roll Along. I think Stephen Sondheim, he would be very proud and excited to see how much people are loving Merrily We Roll Along right now. Okay, so I'll come back on probably next to recap who wins best or actually no, I think we still have leading actor and actress of a musical. I don't think that's been decided yet. Okay, so I will come back on soon with more reactions to the Tony Awards. Wow, I'm really choked up with just Jonathan Groff's speech was extremely moving and how beautiful to have him reflect on his 20 years experience in the theater community. I think that Jonathan Groff just really so well deserved the Tony for Merrily We Roll Along. Um, I am so excited for the actress who won for Hell's Kitchen. I have to look up her name, but I think this might be her first Broadway musical, which is just extremely incredible to win the Tony Award for your Broadway debut. So congratulations. I just really loved how humble she was, and Jonathan Groff too, like for having been in Spring Awakening, and he's had such a long career so far on Broadway, and he still is extremely humbled by having getting to share that Broadway dream. There's something so community building about Broadway. I don't know. There's just, if anyone else feels it, this grassroots sense of we can do it, like literally that childhood dream of you acting out musical numbers in your backyard with your friends. Like it really feels like friends just coming together. I think it's such a heartwarming group of people at the Tony Awards. And you don't always get that at an award show. Okay, we're back. Okay, so I was wrong all along. There was going to be no performance from The Great Gatsby or The Notebook because they didn't get nominated for Best Musical. I still wish I know that they only will do performances from those that get nominated from Best Musical, but for publicity purposes, I think it's just such a shame that the other musicals can't perform. Even like if they're nominated or Back to the Future even, like even if one of the cast members is nominated, they can't perform. I don't know. I just don't think that's a fair rule for publicity purposes, like I said. So best musical went to The Outsiders. Um, I guess I'm gonna have to go see The Outsiders now. Um, I am intrigued to see it. And I think The Outsiders is now hopefully gonna get a jump in ticket sales. Um, but yeah, I thought it was a really well done Tony Awards. Um, I really liked the presenters. I really enjoyed the speeches. I thought the show quality was really well done. I like Ariana DeBose. I would have enjoyed some more musical numbers from her. Yeah, I I feel like when they have a host, I will say that there was definitely no time for improv in tonight's Tony Awards. Um, I know Idina Menzel said, "Okay, I'm gonna go off script and just like say green power" when she was with Cynthia Erivo, who's playing Alphaba in the new Wicked movie. But there really was no time for any improv. Like Ariana DeBose did an improv. Like there was no off book things happening. I kind of like when there's something off book. Like again, I love Ariana DeBose, but maybe next year they can go for a musical theater comedian. Like maybe someone who's really comfortable with improv, I think could be a breath of fresh air. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the Tony Awards and make sure that you support your theater community. Make sure if it's not Broadway or off Broadway, it's a community theater. It's you know, trying to just make sure you're seeing live theater because it's so powerful and it's so important. Okay. Good night and bye everyone out there who's listening.